What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer, and I'm here to bring you my thoughts on some gaming news. And the first thing I want to talk about is I'm finding it kind of strange that people are still having a hard time believing that the new God of War is a continuation and not a reboot. And I thought that really weird because it was conveyed pretty easily in the original E3 demo that is the Kratos that we know from 3 games. You can see the scar on his stomach from where he impaled himself with the Sword of Olympus, or when he got impaled by Zeus, either or. And not only that, but you can also see in various parts where around his wrists are the markings of the chains. So it is clearly the Kratos we know from the original games. And of course, obviously, the developer and Cory Balrog, the director of the game, has stated that it is a continuation. It's not a reboot. So I'm finding it really weird that people are still confusing that. And I don't know. I'm not sure why they didn't see what they saw. And another thing is, I'm having a hard time understanding why people are criticizing games just because of their developers or just because of their brand name. For instance, I was watching a few recaps on different streams of the E3 press conferences just so I can dissect little things for myself and figure out stuff. And I kept seeing that when people saw the name Quantic Dream, they automatically thought David Cage, and they would just tune the rest of the trailer out for Detroit, and they would say, I don't know, they're like, oh look, another movie game, another quick time event game, which I kind of resent that because Heavy Rain was a fantastic game. Beyond Two Souls, I was not a fan of, but even that game, I wouldn't say it was just a quick time event. There were gameplay aspects. Yes, was it mostly context sensitive? Of course. It's hard to tell stories are as intricate as they're trying to make and still have the player be able to roam and play so freely. So I can understand why people are giving it that negative connotation, but at the same time, Heavy Rain was a fantastic game and it was received really well. So why people aren't giving Detroit Become Human a chance, I'm not really understanding why they're quick to judge. The game looked really good, and it looked closer to Heavy Rain, which was, in my opinion, a better game than Beyond Two Souls. And I just think it looks really captivating. I'm kind of bummed out that people are automatically criticizing it just because, it's from Quantic Dream, and again, it has that button, a context-sensitive mentality of it. Oh, it's just a movie where you just press a button every once in a while. I kind of resent that. It's not really that fair. And another game that I'm kind of bummed or people's reaction about is the Call of Duty. Now, I have never been that much of a fan of Call of Duty. Yeah, I've played Modern Warfare and Advanced Warfare. I've played a few of them, but I don't really own any of them. And I've never really even been that big of a fan of the Call of Duty series to begin with. But that being said, when I watched the trailer or the gameplay during E3, during Sony's conference, the campaign actually looked really interesting. And the fact that you can open up that galaxy map and pick your missions and go around, and it's not as linear as regular shooter games. And I found that really interesting. And the thing that kind of pissed me off was the fact that a lot of people I was watching that were watching it live and, streaming it, they would be invested in the game. They were like, what game is this? Oh, it looks, they would start saying it's interesting and the aerial combat, and then, the minute they were told, oh, it's Call of Duty by, I guess, someone on their stream, they would be complaining like, oh, it's Call of Duty, get at it. One person in particular, a streamer, Maximilian Dude, which I love Maximilian Dude. I watch him all the time. Kind of annoyed me when him and Simmons were watching it, and Max looked fairly interested in it. He said, oh wow, that's interesting. And then the minute someone told him, oh, it's Call of Duty, he started yelling, "Oh no, Call of Duty! Like, get that." If I quote, he said, "Get that shit out of here." And I found that kind of narrow-minded. He was invested in the gameplay up until he heard the name Call of Duty. And I kind of think of that as, again, narrow-minded and unfair towards the game and the developer. Again, I'm not that big of a fan of Call of Duty, but I've heard the hate that, apparently the series has been in decline for a while now, ever since, I think, Ghosts. But even then, when you are captured by that gameplay and it's evident on your face, and then the minute someone says, "Oh, it's Call of Duty," and then you start bashing that game just because of the name, kind of find that to be a dick move. And I really don't understand it. It's not fair to the game or the developer. The game could turn out to be, the franchise's redemption, for all we know. And I just think people are bashing it, and they're not even really giving it a chance. They're just hearing the name and automatically just, telling it to buzz off. Like, they're disclaiming it automatically. They're just not going to bother playing it or buying it. Or people are saying that they're buying it just for the Modern Warfare Remastered. Which, again, I don't get that. It's really unfair, and it's, again, narrow-minded. I know I'm using that a lot, but I really do think that's true. And I personally, again, I had no interest in Call of Duty, but I found that gameplay to be interesting. And I'm considering, maybe buying it just for the campaign because, again, I looked really good. It looked interesting. And I really feel that people should give this game a chance on its own merit. Don't rate it or, condemn it just by its brand name from the franchise. And, give it a chance. For all we know, it could be the best Call of Duty there ever was. Maybe you might pop it in and you'll forget all about the Modern Warfare Remastered. You never know. But again, that's just my thoughts, and I'm just a gamer, so take care, guys. Peace.